Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss the May-June 2025 paper of Maths 9709. These are the instructions we have to follow. Let's move to question number 1. Now in question number 1, a curve has the equation this: y is equals to 2x plus 12 by x square. Find the equation of the tangent to the curve at the point this. Give your answer in the form y is equals to mx plus c. So first of all, we know that we have to find out the equation of the tangent. Now at tangent point, we need to find out dy by dx. So y is equals to 2x plus 12x power minus 2 is the equation. So we need to find out dy by d of x. So this will be equals to 2 plus 12 into minus 2 x power minus 1. So x power minus 3, because minus 2 minus 1 will be equals to minus 3. So if we simplify it, this will be equals to dy by d of x is equals to 12 minus 24 x power minus 3. Now they are saying that, examiner is saying that the tangent to the curve at the point this. So it means that we need to find out the gradient at this point. So just put x is equals to minus 2 in this. So gradient will be equals to gradient at minus 2 and minus 1. Gradient will be equals to 2 minus 24x power minus 2 whole power minus 3. So if we use the calculator, so we will get 2 minus 24 into minus 2 whole cube whole power minus 3. So the answer will be equals to 5. So gradient will be equals to 5. Now we know the value of gradient. We know the value of the point. So gradient is 5 and the point is minus 2 and minus 1. So we can use y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1. So this will be equals to y minus minus 1 is equals to 5 into x minus minus 2. So finally we will have y plus 1 is equals to 5 into x plus 2. So if we simplify it, this will be y is equals to 5x plus 10 minus 1. So y will be equals to 5x plus 9. This will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to question number 2. Now in question number 2, the first two terms of a geometric progression are 4 sine square theta and 8 sine cube of theta, where theta is an angle such that between 0 and pi by 6. Find the sum to infinity of the expression. So sum to infinity of the expression is 1 by 8. Find the angle theta and give your answer in the form sine inverse of k, where k is a rational number. Okay, we know that this thing is a geometric progression. So for geometric progression, what we have to do is we have to find out the common ratio. So 8 sine cube theta divided by 4 sine square theta. So if we simplify, this will be equals to, we can cancel out these two. So 2 sine theta will be the ratio. Now we know that the formula for s infinity, which will be given in the formula sheet, will be 1 minus r. So we know the value of s infinity. S infinity is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is equals to first term is 4 sine square theta divided by 1 minus 2 sine theta, because the r is 2 sine theta. Now let's rearrange it. So we will get 1 minus 2 sine theta is equals to 2 into 4 sine square theta. So 1 minus 2 sine theta is equals to 8 sine square theta. 8 sine square theta plus 2 sine theta minus 1 is equals to 0. So this will be a quadratic equation, and we can easily find out the value of, but keep one thing in your mind, that if you will solve it directly using the calculator, you will get no marks. So let's say a is equals to sine theta, then a square will be equals to sine square theta. So from here we can write the equation as 8a square plus 2a minus 1 is equals to 0. So now we can use the midterm breaking, or we can use the midterm breaking, as well as we can use the quadratic formula. So 8a square or 8a square and minus 1. So how we can simplify it? So we can write it as 8a square plus 4a minus 2a minus 1 is equals to 0. So we can take 4a as common. So 4a into 2a plus 1 minus 1 into 2a plus 1. So from here we can say that we will have two answers, that 2a plus 1 into 4a minus 1 is equals to 0. So a will be equals to minus 1 by 2 and a will be equals to 1 by 4. Now from here we can say that we will have two answers. So what we can do is we have to find out the values of sine theta. So we know that a is equals to sine theta. So what we can do is just put sine theta instead of a, just replace it. So we can have two values over here, that sine theta will be equals to minus 1 by 2 and sine theta will be equals to 1 by 4. So theta will be equals to sine inverse of minus 1 by 2, and the other one is theta will be equals to sine inverse of 1 by 4. So what we can do is we can for sure say that minus 1 by 2 is not a rational number. So minus 1 divided by 2 is not a rational number, because you can see that it is a terminating number. But let's check the other one, 1 divided by 4. So you can see that this will be, by the way, this will be out of range. So what we can say is that sine theta, let me use the radian mode and 4. Now shift sine inverse of minus 1 divided by 2. So the answer will be minus pi by 6. So minus pi by 6, here the range is 0 to pi by 6. So we can confidently say that sine inverse of 1 divided by 4, this will be equals to, you can see that this will be equals to within the range. This will be less than, so sine theta, so what we can do is this, we can decide that theta will be equals to sine inverse of minus 1 by 4. This will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to question number 3. Now in question number 3, given that the equation is given to us, find the value of the constant a. Now how we can simplify it? We need to apply the integral on both of these. So what we can do is we can write it as a into 4x minus 3 whole power minus 2 dx plus 2 into dx, and the limits is 1 to 3 is equals to 12. Now from here what we can do is we can just we can just integrate it. This will be a into 4x minus 3 divided by minus 1 whole divided by minus 1 into 4 plus 2 into x. Now what we have to do, we have to put the limits now, is equals to 12. So upper limit minus lower limit. So how we can say that upper limit, so this will be equals to, basically this will be equals to 2x. Let me rephrase it. So this will be minus 1 by 4 a into 4x minus 3 whole power minus 1 is equals to 12. Now upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit is 3 and the lower limit is 1. So what we can do, let's put the upper limit first. So 2 into 3 minus 1 by 4 a into 4 into 3 minus 3 whole power minus 1. This one is basically the upper limit minus lower limit. So minus lower limit 2 into 1 minus 1 by 4 a into 4 into 1 minus 3 whole power minus 1 is equals to 12. I hope that you all are familiar how to put the upper limit and how to put the lower limit. Now this will be equals to 6 minus 1 by 4 a into, now this will be 4 into 3 12, so 12 minus 3 whole power minus 1. So this will be 1 over 9, so 1 over 9 minus 2 minus 1 over 4 a into 4 minus 3 is 1, so this will be 1, no need to simplify it. So this will be 6 minus a by 9 fours are 36 minus 2 plus 1 over 4a is equals to 12. Now if we rearrange it, so this will be 1 over 4a minus 1 over 36a, or we can say, or we can write it like this, that we can say that 1 over 4 minus 1 over 36a is equals to 12 minus 6 plus 2. So this will be, let's use the fraction, so 1 over 4 divided minus fraction 1 over 36. So this will be equals to 2 over 9. So 2 over 9a is equals to 6 plus 2 is 8. So we can write it as 9 multiplied by 8 divided by 2. So the final answer will be 36. So A is equals to 36 will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to the next question, question number 4. Now in question number 4, we have to find the first three terms in the expansion of this in ascending power. Now how we can expand this one? So before that, what we can do is, we have to write the binomial expansion formula. A plus b whole power n is equals to a power n plus n1 a power n minus 1 b plus n2 a power n minus 2 b square. Now in this particular question, we have to expand the terms up to the first three terms. So what we can do is just simply write it. Be careful about the sign. Here you can see the sign is negative, but in the binomial expansion the sign is positive. So this will be equals to, plus b should be equals to minus 3 by 2 x whole power n. So our a is 2 and our b is minus 3 by 2. So a power n means 2 power, now n is 5 here, n is 5, so 2 power 5 plus 5 1 a power n minus 1. So 2 power 5 minus 1 is 4, and minus 3 by 2 x plus n2 means 5 2 into 2 power 5 minus 2 is 3, and b is minus 3 by 2x whole square. Now we can simplify it like this: 2 power 5, this will be 32. So 32 plus 5c1, 5, 5 multiply by 2 power 4, 2 power 4. This will be 80 multiply by 3 divided by 2, 120. So 120 means minus, this should be minus 120 x. Then we will have plus, now 5c2, 5 multiply by 2 cube multiply by 3 square is basically 9 divided by 4. So this will be equals to 180 x square. So this will be the final answer. Let's move to the B part. Now in the B part, use your answer with a suitable value of x. Find an approximation to 1.25 whole square. Now what we can do is, we can see that the previous one was, in the previous question it was 2 minus 3 by 2x whole power 5 is equals to, with a suitable value of x, find the approximation of this, is equals to basically 1.985 whole power 5. So we can cancel out the values of 5, take fifth root on both sides, so 1.8985. So if we rearrange it, this will be 2 minus 1.985 is equals to 3 by 2x, and if we rearrange it again, this will, x will be equals to 2 multiply by 2 minus 1.985 whole divided by 3. Now what we can do is, we can simplify it like this, should be 2 minus divided by 3. So this should be, x will be equals to 0.01. Now using this in A, use your answer to part A. Now this one is basically the answer. What we have to do, we have to use it in the part A. So in the part A, we know that 1.985 whole power 5 is equals to, now in the previous part it was 32 minus 120 x, x means 0.01, plus the other one is 180 x square. So 180 x square means 0.01 whole square. Now we can write it as, let's take the square first, multiply by 180 minus 120 into 0.01 plus 32. So the final answer will be 30.818. So we can say that this will be the final answer. 30.818 will be the final answer. If still you have any question, any doubt, you can ask it in the comment section. Let's move to question number 5. Now in question number 5, we have to solve this equation. 4 sine theta tan theta is equals to 1 plus 5 cos theta. Now in trigonometry, we always try to write it in the simplest form, and we will try to make it we will try to write it in one trigonometric function. So what we can do is we can just cross multiply it. So 4 sine square theta is equals to 1 plus not 1. We can just cross multiply it. We will get cos theta into 1 plus 5 cos theta. And if we multiply it, this will be 4 sine square theta is equals to cos theta plus 5 cos square theta. Now what we can do is we can just rearrange it, replace this formula with 1 minus cos square theta is equals to cos theta plus 5 cos square theta. 4 minus 4 cos square theta is equals to cos theta plus 5 cos square theta. Now 4 is equals to cos theta plus 5 cos square theta plus 4 cos square theta. Now if we rearrange it further, this will be 9 cos square theta plus cos theta minus 4 is equals to 0. Now let's say we have to use the substitution again. Let a is equals to cos theta, then a square will be equals to cos square theta. So 9a square plus a minus 4 is equals to 0. I hope that this thing is clear to all of you. Now from here what we can do is we can use the substitution. We can use the midterm breaking, or we can use the trigonometric the quadratic formula. So minus b plus minus b square, not b square here, b is 1, so b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. 2a is 9. We have to show our working like this, but actually we will solve it using the calculator. So 5, a is 9, so 9, b is 1, and c is minus 4. So this will be, we will have two answers. The x1 will be equals to, let me show your working over here, that x1 will be equals to, or a1 will be equals to 0.6134, okay, and a2 will be equals to minus 7 minus 0.724 Now what we can do is we can write it as cos theta is equals to 0.6134, and here cos theta will be equals to minus 0.724533. Now we have, what we have to do is we have to see that the calculator is in we have to see the range. Now range is in degrees first thing, and it will be in the positive form as well as in the positive degrees as well as in the negative degrees. So from here what we can do is we can apply the cost. So how we can apply the cost? First of all, be very careful about this thing, that your calculator should be in the degree mode. So how your calculator will be in the degree mode? This will be 3. Now, first of all, we will find out the reference angle. So reference angle for the first case, this will be shift cos inverse of, you make sure, please make sure that your calculator is in the degree mode. So 0.6134. So your reference angle is not shift cos inverse of 0.6134. So this will be your reference angle will be 52.16. So 52.16 means 52.2. So theta is 52.2 degrees. This will be the reference angle. Now what we have to do, we have to apply the cost. So here we can see cos is positive. So cos is positive in two quadrants, this quadrant and this quadrant. So this one is 52.2, this one is 52.2. So what we can do is we have to go clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. So theta 1 will be equals to 52.2 if we will go anti-clockwise. If we will go clockwise, the angle will be minus 52.2 degrees. These two will be the final answers from the first part. 52.2 and the other one is that this should be negative 52.2. Now let's see the other one. The other one is that we know that theta 1, first of all we have to find out the reference angle again. Now here the reference angle will be theta is equals to cos inverse of 0.724533. Be very careful about this thing, that your calculator should be in the degree mode first, and the second thing is that you have to take this value will be a positive value, because it doesn't matter for the reference angle that this one is a positive value or a negative value. I think it's clear. Now what we can do is we have to find out the reference angle. So reference angle will be equals to reference angle will be equals to cos inverse of. Now here we can see that cos inverse of 0.724533. 0.4533. So this will be equals to 43.569987. So 43. So theta reference angle is 43.569 means 43.6, because we have to correct it to one decimal place. Now here we can see that we have to apply the cast again. So what we can do is we have to apply the cast again. So CAST. Now what we can do is we can see that cos is negative. So in this quadrant the cos will be negative, and in this quadrant the cos will be negative. So we will have two answers. We have to draw the reference angle. This one is the reference angle 43.6 and 43.6. So from here we will have two answers. The first one, theta 3 will be equals to 180 minus 43.6 degrees, because we have to go from this way to this way. And for the second one, this will be the out of range, so we will ignore the second one. Now for clockwise, we will have two answers. The first one for this one will be theta 4 is equals to minus 180 minus 43.6 degrees, and the other one will be from this point to this point. This will be the out of range, so we will ignore this one. Now if we simplify the value, if we try to find out the values, so theta will be equals to 180 minus 43.6 6. This will be 136.4. So theta is equals to 136.4 degrees, and theta 4 will be equals to minus 180 plus 43.6. So this will be theta 4 is equals to minus 136.4. Let me conclude the final answers, that theta 1 will be equals to 52.2 degrees, theta 2 will be equals to minus 52.2 degrees, and then theta 3 will be equals to 136.4 degrees, and theta 4 will be equals to minus 136.4 degrees. This will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to question number 6. Let's move to question number 6. An arithmetic progression has first term a and the common difference is 2. The n term is 55 and the first of first three n terms is 5760. Now we know that this one is an arithmetic progression, and if I asked you that what will be the formula for a n, capital N, you will say a plus n minus 1 into d. Now they are saying that nth term is 55 and the common difference is 2. So the common difference is 2 means we can put 2 over here and we can just replace this with 55. So 55 is equals to a plus 2n minus 2. So if we rearrange it, 55 plus 2 is equals to a plus 2n. So a plus 2n is equals to 57. This will be the first equation. Now they are saying that the sum of the first three n terms. We know that the formula for the sum of arithmetic progression is Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a1 plus n minus 1 into d. Now sum of first three terms. Now my question is that if I write as sum of first three n, this should be equals to 3n capital N by 2 2a1 plus 3n minus 1 and the difference is 2, so I can write 2 over here. Now they are saying that the sum of the first three terms is 5760, so I can replace this with 5760 is equals to 3 by 2n into 2a plus 6n minus 2. Now if we multiply it over here, this will be what? This will be equals to 2 is in the division mode, so just replace it over here, or we can say we can directly put like a will be equals to 57 minus 2n. So just put equation 2, but before that let's simplify it so that we should not have any mistake during the calculation. So 5760 multiply by 2 will be equals to 11520. 11520 is equals to, this will be 3n into 2a plus 6n minus 2. Now just put equation 1 and equation 2. This will be equals to 11520 is equals to 3n into 2 into 57 minus 2n plus 6n minus 2. Now 11520 is equals to 3n into 57 into 2. 57 into 2 will be 114. So 114 minus 4n plus 6n minus 2. So if we simplify it, this will be equals to 11520 is equals to 3n into, now 4, this will be 2n plus 112. So this will be equals to 11520 is equals to 6n square plus 3 into 112. 3 into 112. So this will be 336n. Now we can say here that the equation will be what? Now we can say that 6n square, now this one is a quadratic equation, 6n square plus 336n minus 11520 is equals to 0. So let's see the answer. Shift mod 536 and then 336 minus 11520. This will be, x will be equals to n will be equals to 24 and n will be equals to minus 80. So we will ignore the negative value because n cannot be a negative value. So n is equals to 24 will be the final answer for n. Now for a, what we have to do is we have to use this equation that a is equals to 57 minus 2n. Just put n24 over here, so this will be 57 minus 2 into 24. So a is equals to 57 minus 48, so a is equals to 9. So we will have two answers. N is 24, that's what we have to find out. Find the value of n and find the value of a. Let's move to question number 7. This one is the next question, question number 7. A curve is such that dy by dx is equals to 3x square plus 10x minus 8. Find the set of values of x for which y decreases as x increases. Now this line is very important, that as y decreases as x increases. So let's try to understand the concept. This one is y coordinate, this one is the x coordinate. Now as y decreases, x increases. As y decreases, x increases. What does this line mean? This line means that as y decreases, this line means basically change in y dy by dx is less than 0. Now it means this one is the question of quadratic inequalities. So just take it as the quadratic inequality. So take it as the simple question like the quadratic inequalities question. Now what we have to do, forget about the inequality sign. First of all, try to find out the critical values. So how we can find out the critical values? We can just write it as 3x square plus 10x. So we can use the midterm breaking. So for midterm breaking, this should be 3x square plus 24. So we can write 12 into 2 is 24. So we can write it as 12x minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. So we can take 3x as common, so x plus 4 minus 2 as common, so x plus 4. So overall we will have x plus 4 into 3x minus 2. So we will have two values. The first one will be x plus 4 is equals to 0 and 3x minus 2 is equals to 0. So x is equals to minus 4 and 3x is equals to 2, which means x is equals to 2 by 3. So from here we can see we can have two critical values. So for critical values, what we have to do is we have to use this approach. We have to use this approach. This one is minus 4 and this one is 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Now from here what we can do is we can, this one is less than 0, the inequality is less than 0. So less than 0 means the region below this line. So the region below this line we will have we have to decide the final inequality. This should be between minus 4 and 2 by 3. Yes, between minus 4 and 3 by 2. Or we can say x should be greater than minus 4 and x should be less than 2 by 3. This will be the final answer. Let's move to the B part. It is given that the maximum point of the curve has y coordinate 27. Find the equation of the curve. Okay, now we know that at maximum point dy by dx should be equals to 0, and we have discussed this thing that when dy by dx is 0, which means 3x square plus 10x minus 8 is 0. 3x square plus 10x minus 8 is 0. Let me reconfirm the equation. 3x square plus 10x minus 8 is 0. And from here we have got two answers. X is equals to minus 4 and x is equals to 2 by 3. Now find it is given that the maximum point of the curve has y coordinate 27. Okay, now for maximum point we have to find out the second derivative first. So second derivative, this will be 6x plus 10. Now we have to find out the y coordinate. Now for y coordinate, what we can do is, we know that at minus 4 the value of, if x is equals to minus 4, d square y by dx square. Now what we have to do, we have to recheck this one. When x is equals to minus 4, we can see that which point is the maximum one and which point is the minimum one. So 6 into minus 4 plus 10, which means minus 24 plus 10, which means minus 14. It means that this point is the maximum point. So we will have the coordinates of the maximum point should be minus 4 and 27. Now from here we have to find out the equation of the curve. Now for equation of the curve we have to differentiate. So dy is equals to 3x square plus 10x minus 8 into dx. Now if we integrate it, this will be y is equals to, if we directly integrate it, this will be 3x cube by 3 plus 10x square by 2 minus 8x plus c. Now how to find the value of c? For c, what we have to do is, we have to just put the value over here. So this will be 27 is equals to x cube means minus 4 cube plus 5, because 2 ones are 2 5s are 5x square minus 8 into minus 4 plus c. Now we can use the calculator, although we can simplify it without using the calculator also. So we can say minus 4 cube plus 5 into minus 4 square minus 4 square minus 8 into minus 4. So the answer for this will be 48. So 48 means 27 is equals to 48 plus c, which means c will be equals to 27 minus 48, which means c will be equals to 21. So the equation of the curve will be equals to y is equals to x cube plus 5x square minus 8x plus 20, not plus 21, this should be minus 21. So this will be minus 21. So this will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to question number 8. Now question number 8, what we can do is show that the size of the angle EAF is 0.9273, correct to 4 significant figures. Now in question number 4, what we can do, we can see that we have to find out the angle EAF. We have to find out this angle. Now for this angle, what we have to do is, we have to see that this one is a square, so overall the angle will be equal to 90 degrees. So what we can do is, we need to find out this angle first. Now for this angle, how we can simplify this angle? We know that now the diagram shows square each side of then this such that BE is 1 by 3 BC. So if BE is 1 by 3 of BC, which means BE will be equals to 1 by 3 into 12, so which means B is equals to 4. So from here we can say, we can find out the angle x. So if this is length is 4, we can say tan of x is equals to 4 by 12. So but keep one thing in your mind, that your calculator now should be in the radian mode, shift mod 4. So shift mod 4. So this will be shift tan inverse of 4 by 4 divided by 12. So this will be equals to 0.3217. 0. So angle EAB will be equals to 0.321 0.32175. I will try to take as many values as I can. Now from here we can say that overall this angle, now the same is over here, DF is also 1 by 2 DC. So 1 by 2 DC means that this length will also be of 40. So it means that this angle will also be equals to x. So as it is a let me write it over here, that angle DAF is equals to 0.32175. So finally we can say that angle EAF will be equals to pi by 2 minus 2 into 0.32175. So it will make my working easier. Multiply by 2 and then subtract. So let me write multiply by minus 1, so that we will have, okay, plus 5 by 2. So plus shift pi by 2. So we will have the final answer 0.9273. 0.9273. So this will be the final answer. Let's move. Find the perimeter of the shaded region. Find the perimeter of the shaded region. Okay, how we can find out the perimeter of the shaded region? So we need the arc length. And the second thing is that we need the arc length, and then we know that this length will be of 8. Now we have to find out the arc length. The formula for arc length is, so perimeter will be equals to the arc length, S is equals to R theta plus 8 plus 8. So perimeter will be equals to R is 0.929273, and the radius is, how to find the radius? So how to find the radius? So for the radius, what we have to do is, we have to find out the radius of the sector. So radius will be equals to, we can see that this one is a right angle triangle, AF is the radius. So for AF is the hypotenuse side. Let me recheck this one. Yes, this one is a square, so which means that this angle will be of the hypotenuse or the radius. So radius square will be equals to 12 square plus 4 square. So R will be equals to 12 square root of 12 square plus 4 square. So I will write 12 square root of 12 square plus 4 square plus 8 is 16. Now what we can do is we can write it like 12 square 12 square plus 4 square. So multiply by 0.9273 plus 16, 27.729. So which means that this will be equals to perimeter will be equals to 27.2, because correct to three significant figure, this will be the final answer. Let's move to the C part. Now in the C part, what we have to do is we have to find out the area. We have to find out the area of the shaded region. Now how to find the area of the shaded region? So it's very simple, that from the area of the square, if we subtract the area of both the triangles and the area of the sector, now it's simple that area of the shaded region will be equals to area of the shaded region will be equals to area of the square minus area of the triangles, triangle 1 plus area of the triangle 2 plus area of the sector, area of the sector. Now area of the square will be equals to 12 multiplied by 12 minus area of the first triangle will be 1 by 2 into base into height plus 1 by 2 base into height plus what about the arc length? 1 by 2 r square theta, and the radius is if we use the exact value, so square root of 12 square plus 4 square, r 1 by 2 r square theta 0.9273. Now if we simplify, this will be 12 144 minus, if we add these two, so 12 into 4 will be this summary for this, plus 1 by 2 into 12 square plus 4 square into 0.9273. Now just use the calculator. So we can use the calculator like this, that 12 square plus 4 square, 12 square plus 4 square. The answer is 160. Multiply by 0.9273 divided by 2 plus 12 into 4 minus multiply by minus 1 because we want to subtract it, plus 144. So it is totally up to you that which calculation you wanted to use. So your answer is 21.816. If this one is the exact answer, although we have rounded off in the angle, so it's better to write your answer into 3 SF, 3 significant figure, because in the question you have round it off, so it's better to take to write the answer in 3 SF. Let's move to question number 9. Now in question number 9, 3 points P, Q and R have coordinates P, Q and R, where K the constant. It is given that the angle PQR is a right angle triangle. So basically we have the condition like this one is a circle and this point is, let's say, P, this point is, let's say, Q, and they are saying that PRQ means that if this angle is of R and they are saying that this is a right angle triangle, and we know the property of a circle that the angle subtended by a diameter will always be equals to 90 degrees. So it means that this angle is of 90 degrees. So if it is a 90 degrees, so we can say that the product of the product of the diameter of these two will be will be will be -1. So basically we can write it as a gradient of PR multiplied by gradient of RQ will be equals to -1. So it means that we can just use the basic gradient formula. So PR, so this point is P and this one point is R, so this should be K minus 5 divided by 2 minus 13 into 1 minus K, okay, RQ, basically this one is RQ or QR, RQ or QR. Okay, this will be PR and QR. Basically this one is QR. So for QR what we can do is K minus 1 divided by 2 minus 5 is equals to -1. So we can write it as K minus 5 divided by 15 multiplied by K minus 1 divided by -3 is equals to -1. So K minus 5 into K minus 1 is equals to -1 multiplied by 15 multiplied by -3. So 45, this should be 45, and here this will be K square minus K minus 5K plus 5. So this will be K square minus 6K plus 5 minus 45 is equals to 0. So K square minus 6K minus 40 is equals to 0. Now again this one is a quadratic equation. So for quadratic equation what we have to do is we have to use the quadratic formula or the midterm breaking. So here we can use the midterm breaking like this: minus 6K plus 4K minus 40 is equals to 0. If we take K as common, so K minus 10 plus 4 into K minus 10. So K will be K minus 10 into K plus 4 is equals to 0. So from here what we can do is K minus 10 is equals to 0 and K plus 4 is equals to 0. So K is equals to 10 and K is equals to minus 4. I think this will be the final answer, but before that we have to see that, show that one of the possible values of K is 10 and find the other possible value. Yes, one is 10 and we have to find out the other value, that this will be minus 4. Let's move to question number the part B. It is now given that K is 10, a circle passes through the point P, Q and R. Find the equation of the circle. Find the equation of the circle at R. Given your answer in this form. Okay. Now it means again they are saying that this one is a circle and we know that this point is R, this point is P, this point is Q. Okay, now they are saying that this one is of 90 degrees. Now find the equation of the tangent at R. So this line should be the tangent line. We need to find out the equation for this line. So first of all we have to see the coordinates of R. So R is equals to 2 and K. so which means 2 and 10. Now we have to find out the gradient of this line. Now how we can find out the gradient? So for gradient we have to see the gradient of QR. The gradient of QR, not the QR. Okay, how we can see? This one is the midpoint. This one is the midpoint. So midpoint means that we have to find out the gradient of CR. So for CR, we must know we know the coordinates of C, we are, but we have to find out now the coordinates of C. So for C, we have to use the midpoint of PQ. So the coordinates of P is minus 13 and 5, minus 13 and 5, and the coordinates of Q, the coordinates of Q is 5 and 1. 5 and 1. Now the midpoint will be C. So the midpoint of C will be equals to, the coordinates of C will be equals to minus 13 plus 5 divided by 2 and 5 plus 1 divided by 2. So C will be equals to 5 and minus 13. This should be 8 by 2, which means this will be minus 4, and then here this will be 3. So we got the point of C, and we have to find out the 2 and 10 are. So if we find out the gradient of RC, this should be 10 minus 3 divided by 2 plus 4. So this will be 7 by 6. Now we know that the gradient of the tangent line will be equals to minus 6 by 7. This one is the gradient of the tangent line, and we know the coordinates of R. R is 2 and 10. R is 2 and 10. So equation of tangent line will be what? Equation of tangent line. Equation of tangent line. So equation of tangent line will be y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1. So y minus 10 is equals to minus 6 by 7 x minus x1. So y minus 10 is equals to minus 6 by 7 x plus 12 by 7. And if we simplify it further, this should be equals to, I'm not taking care of the space, so you have to, okay, we can just write it as 7y minus 70 is equals to minus 6x plus 12. And they were saying that our answer should be ax plus by plus c. Okay, so it means that 6x plus 7y minus 70 minus 12 is equal to 0. So 6x plus 7y minus 82 is equal to 0. This will be the final answer. Let's move to question number 10. A curve has equation this. Find the coordinates of the two stationary points. Now how to find the coordinates of the two stationary points? A curve has equation this. Find the coordinates of two stationary points. So for two stationary points, we can say that the equation is y is equals to 9 into 2x minus 5 whole power minus 1 plus 2x minus 5. So dy by d of x is equals to 9 into minus 1 into 2x minus 5 whole power minus 2 into internal derivative is 2 plus 2. So for stationary point it should be equals to 0. So this should be equals to 0, and then minus 18 2x minus 5 whole power minus 2 plus 2. So if we simplify it further, this will be 18 divided by 2x minus 5 whole square is equals to 2. So we can simplify, divide 2 on both sides. So this will be 9 divided by 2x minus 5 whole square is equals to 1. So 9 is equals to 2x minus 5 whole square. Take square root on both sides. So 2x minus 5 will be equals to plus minus 3. So from here we will have two answers, that 2x minus 5 is equals to 3 and 2x minus 5 is equals to minus 3. So 2x is equals to 8 and x is equals to 4, and the other one will be 2x is equals to minus 3 plus 5. So this will be 2. So x is equals to 1. Now they were saying that we have to find out the coordinates of the stationary points. So for coordinates of the stationary point, when x is equals to 1, y will be equals to what? Y will be equals to 9 divided by 2 into 1 minus 5 plus 2 into 1 minus 5. So y is equals to 9 by minus 3 plus 2 minus 5. So y is equals to minus 3 minus 3. So y is equals to minus 6. So from here we can say that the one coordinate is 1 and minus 6. The other one will be, for the other one we have to put 4. We have to put 4. Okay. Now when we put 4, so this should be 9 divided by 2 into 4 minus 5 plus 2 into 4 minus 5. So if we use the calculator, we can get the final answer. Fraction 9 divided by 2 into 4 minus 5 plus 2 into 4 minus 5. So this will be equals to 6. Y is equals to 6. So we will have two answers. The first one will be when that 1 and 6, and the second one will be 4 and 1 and minus 6. Sorry, 1 and minus 6 and 4 and 6. These two will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to the B part. D square y Now in in part B, it is given that dy, we have to find out d square y by dx square first, and we know that if we will take the derivative again, we will get d square y by dx square. So this will be equals to minus 18 into minus 2 into 2x minus 5 whole power minus 3 into, if we take the internal derivative, this will be 2. Now if we multiply it, this will be equals to uh, minus 36 into, so 72 into 2x minus 5 whole power minus 3. So what we have to do, determine the nature of the each stationary point. So stationary point was 1 and minus 6. So 1 and minus 6, and the other one was, let me check this one, and the other one was 4 and 6. So 4 and 6. So for what we have to do is just put it in the equation. First one will be 72 into 2 into 1 minus 5 whole power minus 3. So let me check it using the calculator. That 2 minus 5 whole power minus 3 multiply by 72. So the answer is minus 8 by 3. Minus 8 by 3, which is less than 0, which means that this point is a maximum point. Now let's put the other one, d square y by dx square. So this will be 72 into 2 into 4 minus 5 whole power minus 3 is equals to, so 2 into 4 minus 5 whole power minus 3 multiply by 72. So the answer is again positive 8 by 3, which is greater than 0, which means this will be the minimum point. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to the next one, C part. Now in the C part, the curve C transformed to the curve C1 using a translation matrix this, followed by the reflection in the x-axis. State the coordinates of the maximum point. So first of all, we have to see which one was the maximum point. It was the curve C is transformed. So C is transformed means which one was the maximum point and which one was the minimum point. So we can see that the maximum point was so the maximum point was So the maximum point was 1 and minus 6. 1 and minus 6. The curve C is transformed to the curve this using the followed by the reflection. This one point is an important point, that previously let's say that this point was the minimum point. Let me see, this point is important, that followed by the reflection. Reflection in the x-axis means that our maximum point will be changed now, and it means that previously it was 4 and 6. So 4 and 6 now will be the maximum point. 4 and 6. Now they are saying that this one was the translation. So translation means 4 minus 3 and 6 plus 7. So it means that 1 and 6 plus 13. Okay, this should be the answer, but they were saying that they have the reflection as well, so it means that as there will be the negative the reflection in the x-axis, so we can say 1 and minus 13 will be the final answer. Let's move to the B part. Find the coordinates of the C1 in the form this. Now we know that the function y is equals to, the function was y is equals to, let me check this one, or let me copy this one. Y is equals to, y is equals to, y is equals to 9 by 2x minus 5 plus 2x minus 5. So which means that basically we have f of x is equals to 9 by 2x minus 5 plus 2x minus 5. Now it was first of all it was the translation. So translation of f of x plus 3 and x plus 3, and it was x plus 3 and y and plus 7. So for this what we can do is we can just replace this thing with x plus 3 minus 5 plus 2 into x plus 3 plus 7 minus 5. So if we simplify it, we will get the equation like, we will get 9 divided by 2x plus 6 minus 5 plus 2x plus 6 plus 2, and then finally we will have the answer 9 by 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1, and then plus 2x plus 8. Now the instruction was we have to give the answers in this form. I think the concept is clear. If still you have any confusion, okay, we have ignored the reflection again. Now reflection in the x-axis means what? Now this one is basically f of x plus 3 plus 7. Now reflection in the x-axis, means that there is a vertical reflection. Vertical reflection means we have basically, let's say this one is we have to subtract it with the minus sign. So minus f of x plus 3 minus 7 is equals to, vertical reflection means minus 9 2x plus 1 minus 2x minus 8. This equation should be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to question number 11. The function f is defined by this, where a is a constant. The function g is defined by this. Find the range of this. Now for range we have to find out, we have to write it in the completing square form. So x square plus 4ax plus a. Now we have to write it in the completing square form. So if we try to write it in the completing square form, this should be x square plus 4ax plus 2a whole square minus 2a whole square plus a. Now this form will be the completing square form. So we can write it as x plus 2a whole square minus 4a square plus a. Now we know that for the turning point, or we know that if we compare it with this form, a into x minus h whole square plus k. Now if you compare it with this one, we know that this one h and k will be the turning points or the stationary points, So what we can do here, we can clearly identify x minus 2a whole square minus 4a square plus a. It means that our turning points will be means h and k will be equals to minus 2a and a minus 4a square. Now from here we can say that this one will be the graph and this one will be the turning point. So which means if we range is basically the value of y. Now they are saying that f of x is greater than minus 33. According to this, the range should be a minus 4a square should be equals to minus 33, and from here we can simplify 4a square 4a square minus a plus 33 is equals to 0. Now from here what we can do is we can write it as 4a square minus we can 33 into 4 33 into 4 33 into 4 will be equals to 132. So 132 divided by 11 will be 12. Okay, so we can use 11 and 12. So 12a plus 11a plus 33 is equals to 0. But from here we cannot use these two values. So what we can do is we can use the reverse engineering. We can apply the reverse engineering over here, but we have to show our working. Be very clear about this one. So a is 4, b is minus 1 and c is 33. So your answer, okay, there is a sign mistake there. Okay, this should be minus 33. This should be minus 33. Yes, this should be if this one is the minus 33, so 4a square minus 12a plus 11a minus 33 is equal to 0. So take 4a as common. So 4a as common. So a minus 3 plus 11 as common. So a minus 3 is equal to 0. And then from here we can say 4a plus 11 into a minus 3 is equal to 0. And we can write it as a is equal to minus 11 by 4 and a is equals to 3. These two answers will be the final answer, but let's have a look on the values of a. So a is a constant. It means that we can mention both of the answers. Let's move to the b part. Given instead that fgg of 0 is equals to 96, find the values of a. So what about g? Where is g? Okay, now it is given that g inverse is given, so we can use this value. Let me copy this one. We can use this value. G inverse of x is given. So we can take g inverse okay, we can take g inverse as common. Okay, now what we can do is g inverse of x is this. So first of all we have to find g of x. So y is equals to 2x minus 4 whole power 1 by 3. So take cube on both sides. So y cube is equals to 2x minus 4. So x is equals to y cube plus 4 whole divided by 2. Now from here we can say that g of x will be equals to x cube plus 4 whole divided by 2. So g of 0 will be equals to g of 0 will be equals to 2. So G of 0 means what? G of 0 means that G of 0, which means G of 2. So this will be equals to G of 2 will be equals to G of 0 means G of 2. So G of 2 will be equals to 2 cube plus 4 whole divided by whole divided by whole divided by 2. So 8 plus 4 means 8 plus 4 is 12. So this should be equals to 6. Now in the question it was G of 0. So we know that G of 0 is equals to, it is given that this thing is equal to 96. So first of all we can say that this means that G of 0, and this means that f of 6. So what about f of x? X square plus 4x plus 4. Okay, x square plus 4x plus 4. Okay, so f of x was it was uh, let me check this one, x square plus 4x plus a, and so f of 6 will be equals to 6 square plus 4 into a into 6 plus a. So f of 6 will be equals to 36 plus 24a plus a, and we know that this whole thing is equals to 96. So we can write it as 96. So this will be 25a is equals to 96 minus 36. So 96 minus 36 will be equals to 60. So 60 divided by 25. So this will be 12 by 5. So a is equals to 12 by 5. This will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear, and if still you have any question, you can ask it in the comment section. That's it for today. I hope that the concept is clear. Thank you.